So this is the 2015 Junior Cert Higher Level Paper 1, and we're looking at question number 7. Part A says, multiply out and simplify x plus 5 bracket x squared minus 2x plus 6. Okay, so we could do this by grid method or just by using the arrow method, so I'm just going to use the arrow method. So I'm going to multiply the x by everything first. So x by x squared gives me x cubed. X by minus 2x is minus 2x squared. And x times 6 is positive 6x. Then I'm going to multiply the 5 by each of these as well, so that's so the first one, 5 by x squared, is 5x squared. Then we have 5 by negative 2x, which is minus 10x. And then 5 by 6, positive 5 by positive 6, which is positive 30. Okay, so that's the multiply out bit. Now I'm going to simplify. So I have one x cubed term. I've got minus 2x squared and positive 5x squared. I've got a 6x and a negative 10x, so they're the ones I'm going to be able to combine. So the x cubed will just remain. Negative 2x squared and 2x squared, that's positive 3x squared. 6x minus 10x gives us minus 4x. And then I still have my positive 30 at the end. So my answer is x cubed plus 3x squared minus 4x plus 30. Okay, part B says factorize fully AC minus AD minus BD plus BC. So if you're factorizing and there's 4 terms, the first thing you have to try and see is there anything that's common to all 4? And there isn't anything we can factor out of all 4 terms here. So in a case like this, if you have 4 terms, you can always try and pair them. So I'm just going to try and pair the first 2 here, because I can see that they both have a that's factorizable out. And then for the second 2 terms, I'm going to be able to factorize a b out. Okay, so with the first 2, if I factorize out a, that'll leave me with a, factorized out of this leaves c, and factorized out of this leaves minus d. Now, when you're doing this pairing factorizing, you're hoping that you get the same thing in the brackets. So I can see here that if I take b out of these 2, I can take b out of these 2, and if I do, if I take b out of this, I'll be left with c. So that's how I know that I'm going to try and take a positive b out rather than a negative b. So if I take b out of this, I'm left with the negative d. And if I take b out of this, factorize it out, I'm left with positive c. And on first impressions, it looks like this bracket's different to this one, but actually, c minus d is the same as minus d plus c. It's just written backwards, so we can write this one the same way around. And now, because you've got this bracket and this bracket the same, a multiplied by the yellow plus b multiplied by the yellow, well, that's just the a plus b together multiplied by the yellow multiplied by the minus c minus d. So that's the way to think of it. A by the yellow plus b by the yellow is just a plus b by the yellow. So you put this a and this b into this bracket here. You can see that a and that b just go in there together. And that's my answer factorized, so I've put it into double brackets, so that's the end of part B. Okay, part C says write the following as a single fraction in its simplest form. Okay, so if we're subtracting fractions, what we want to do is find the common denominator. So the lowest common multiple of 3 and 4 is 12. So I'm going to change both of these to fractions to something over 12. So, with equivalent fractions, if I multiplied, what did I multiply 3 by to change it to a 12? Well, I multiplied it by 4, so then I'm going to do the same to the top. So it's going to be 4 by x plus 2 on top. And then over here, I changed this 4 to a 12, so I multiplied that 4 by 3 to make it 12. So I must do the same to the top. I'm going to multiply the top by 3 as well to maintain equivalent fractions. Okay, so now what I'm allowed to do is multiply out these brackets. So that will give me 4x plus 8 over 12 minus, multiply out these brackets here on top, that's 3x minus 9. 3 by minus 3 is minus 9, and that's all over 12. So now, a fraction over 12 minus another fraction over 12, well, I can put the whole lot then over 12, because they're fractions with the same denominator. So I have 4x plus 8 minus all of this, so you have to protect all of that then with a bracket when you're subtracting it away. Watch out for that there, a lot of people forget that bracket. So that gives us 4x plus 8 minus by 3x is minus 3x, and minus by minus 9 is positive 9. Sorry, I'll write that again, minus 3x plus 9. And then that's all still over 12. So we're nearly there now at this stage. All we need to do now is tidy up a bit, and we can see that the 4x and the negative 3x can go together, and then the 8 and the 9 can go together. So that's going to leave us with 4x minus 3x, which is just 1x or x, and 8 plus 9, which is 17, and that's all going to be over 12 still. And that is it now. You cannot add 1x and 17, you cannot add, because that's x's and a constant, and it's all over 12, so that's the final answer. And that is the end of question number 7.